Hey guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Cities. Today we're starting off with a time lapse. It goes for about, by the looks of it, 11 minutes 44-ish seconds. So if you do want to skip forward, you can. But in this sort of beginning section, I spent a good few hours, I think maybe 1 to 2, about 2 hours probably. And actually probably longer, I didn't record everything. Just reworking some things. So one of the problems I have with this city, one of the many problems, is that our train line through the city is okay, but the problem is it shares the same track with all the cargo trains. So you have all these passenger trains, all these cargo trains trying to use the same rail, and that is even starting to get some traffic jams on it now with all the trains. So I was like, all right, I can split off the rail from last episode where we did the sunken rail. So I'm like sort of splitting it from just before that point. So it goes around the other side of the highway rather than all cargo, all passenger using the same line. That was the idea anyway. And it seems to be working well near the end of it. But there's still a lot of stuff throughout the city with trains that we could probably mix up a little bit. But that was the idea behind it. And that's what we're doing right now, is just creating an alternate path. And basically we use traffic precedent as well to only allow cargo trains to use it. So no passenger trains will come down this particular rail, only cargo. And I think, if possible, I want to do more of that, because I did notice because last episode I was talking about how, our highways are kind of all just, a lot of our highways are very much afterthoughts, which is not great, because they're all sort of just plugging into each other with all these intersections in different spots. And also, because our rail is not as robust as it could be, a lot of vehicles are choosing to, a lot of businesses in the game are choosing to send their goods via roads and trucks rather than using the trains. So then what ends up happening is we have so many trucks using the roads, which aren't that great in a lot of places. And that's how we ended up with all this traffic, is there's so many trucks on the road with inefficient road network, and there's trains that don't really reach the city. Because I noticed down by the beach, near the airport area, down by the beach, I was looking at the traffic there, where it was coming from. And instead of shipping cargo, sending cargo by trains or anything, they're sending it by trucks all the way across the city. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do a little bit of something about with the trains. All the changes that I've done here with the trains didn't make a huge difference. They still send it by trucks, but later on, in just a minute, you'll see we start doing a new highway that runs throughout the city, which made a huge difference. And you'll see that throughout this episode as well. So here I'm just disallowing the trains where they shouldn't be going. And that's pretty much all I did with the trains, I believe. Oh, and I just added a little turn there so they go both ways. I think that's kind of it with that. So now, here's where we're trying to do the new highway. It was suggested last time, just do a tunnel, because the easiest solution is to have a tunnel that goes across the city. Because the problem is people getting from our high density downtown area to the exit of the map, and they can't, basically they have to go through the entire city, because on the other side of the downtown area is just the ocean, so there's no road connections there. So they have to cross the entire city to get out, and the easiest way to do that is to build a tunnel, and that is something very, very common here in Sydney as well. There's literally a tunnel in the city called the Cross City Tunnel, and then there's the Eastern Distributor Tunnel, and there's a Lane Cove Tunnel. There's tunnels everywhere in Sydney for the highway, because this city, Sydney, is very much an afterthought when it comes to roads. I feel there's just that's kind of how the city was designed, and that's kind of how this city was designed too. They're like, oh crap, actually we need some better road connections. So I've added a few strategic entrances and exits to the tunnel portion of the highway, and it's actually working superbly well. I'm very, very happy with it. And you'll see, I'll show you a little bit as we get into the real-time part of the episode, that it actually flows really well. And there's almost no... actually, I don't even think there is any backups on the highway now. It just flows. And people using the tunnel, and they're using it a lot. It's really, really useful. So we have a couple of connections here. So basically the idea is I want them to be able to come from the big roundabout in the city area, because that's where the current tunnel ends. So I basically wanted that point to connect to the exit of the map, which they can do. But they can also join this tunnel, as you can see, from the highway here on the other side of the bridge. So they can join there. They can also exit at this point too. So that's also very useful. So basically, it makes it a much more usable tunnel that you can sort of connect to the city in lots of different places, and it also is a very fast exit as well. And I actually set the speed limit on the tunnel to unlimited, because I think when you look at it, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but with traffic president, it has like, the speed limit's up to 140. Then the last one, there it is, 130. The last one is just as fast as you can go, basically. So we basically created an autobahn tunnel underneath the city. So they all prefer to use that rather than any other method of transportation, which is great. Well, a method of road connections. And not right now, but I do connect that little road, that little small highway to the motorway as well. So that actually creates another connection point, so people don't all have to pile onto the one highway, which is really, really handy. Now, I was looking at this interchange that's been there for the longest time, the Cloverleaf. You can see that it's just so bad. Like the traffic there is awful. Cloverleaf intersections are terrible for any high amount of traffic in real life and in the game, because it's just cars have to weave in front of each other and it's not good. So I decided to do just a brand new interchange there, just from scratch. Also, all these bridges around here, whoever built this map, and I think this is just a default game map from possibly, I don't know, I think it's a default game map. I don't think I downloaded anything for this, but whoever freaking Colossal Order built those bridges, are you serious? Really? That's what you did? Cool. Thanks, guys. Put some effort in. Just slagging them off. But yeah, not great bridges is my point. So redoing this whole interchange, and I had a lot of fun with it. It took a long time to bloody do this too, which is why it's all sped up. So this one I'm using, you can see I'm actually using 6-lane highways all over the place, because where I connected the new huge tunnel, that's a 3-lane highway. Then we also have the 3-lane regional highway that we're joining to. So I was like, that's a lot of traffic that we're sort of shoving onto one highway. So I made it all 6 lanes. So you sort of join that bit, get 6 lanes. And I tell you what, it is a thing of beauty when it's all flowing, because they use like all the lanes, and they do. Oh, actually, something I had to do. I think you'll see part of it in this time lapse in just a moment's time. When this, for whatever reason, it must be something to do with the 6-lane and 5-lane highways, because they're modded roads and not default game roads. But when they do some ridiculous merging on it, they merge across like 5 lanes. They'll go from the far left to the far right at a 90-degree turn across the highway, and it was creating so much traffic. So I actually went through again, and you'll see it a little bit with Traffic President, and I manually set where they could merge, how they could merge. Because realistically, you should only, and this is real life too, you should only ever merge 1 lane at a time. Going across multiple lanes is not something you're supposed to do, and I'm pretty sure it's probably illegal to do that, but is it? Maybe it's not illegal. Maybe it's just not advised. Although if it's the middle of the night, I've definitely been known to do that when there's literally no cars on the road. But you don't do it on a motorway that's packed with traffic. You don't go across 5 lanes. Anyway, so I set it so they could only merge 1 lane at a time, and it looks so good when all the cars are driving along and they just go boop, boop, boop. That's the sound of them merging across 1 lane at a time. I think you should be able to see me doing the lane management soon. But yeah, we've got to work on all the connections first. All the left turns, all the right turns, all that kind of stuff to make it flow properly. Okay, I'm sitting around here doing nothing for a while. There we go. Yeah, just making sure these lanes have enough clearance above the intersection and all the overpasses, so that looks somewhat realistic. I try to make this thing look neat, kind of like the other major interchange that I built a while ago. I hope you guys like them, because I think they look pretty good. As far as interchanges go. As far as like, I know I could just download some off the workshop and use those and all that, but I don't know. It's almost a fun sort of problem-solving thing to try and build your own interchange within the game instead of just using pre-built ones. And I did even make some of my own pre-built ones back in the day before the game launched, I think, but I don't think they work anymore because it's like a really old version of the game. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know, having fun with it. Just building that interchange, doing all this kind of cool stuff, getting all the roads to connect. Making sure we have all the left and right turns. Try to make it like, so this lane here had to kind of swing out quite a bit. I think it looks all right because it's sort of symmetrical with the other side, but it does look a bit weird. But you know what? I'm happy with it. It's fine. It'll do. And it does do. And it works perfectly fine. So all of these ramps going off to the highways are all like 2-lane highways. So instead of just a single lane on and off ramp, I did 2 lanes because just the volume of traffic we have is quite a lot. Like there's a lot of traffic trying to use this intersection. So I think it was definitely for the best to use sort of larger on and off ramps. Well, they're not even on and off ramps, but larger like turning lanes and I don't know. Just more lanes. More lanes don't solve everything, but in this case, they help the traffic sort of get around a bit better. So yeah, and then of course the default highways are all 3 lanes. So I actually, and I think I explained this a little bit in the real time, but I made sure to try and do some decent merging down from 6 lanes down to 3, because if you go directly from 6 to 3 lanes, that's obviously not going to be pretty. So that right there is a highway entrance to the tunnel, and the exit there as well. I don't know if you can really see it in this, but where they come out from the tunnel, I actually did like custom merging. So like, because a 3-way highway comes out of the tunnel, then I take it down to 2 lanes, then down to 1 lane, so it sort of merges into the main highway. It's like in a staggered fashion. But yeah, here's what I'm talking about. I'm doing all these sort of custom merging there just to make it all work a little bit better. And here I am connecting up the little I guess small highway. It goes under the initial bridge, and then it sort of connects a little bit later on, and this actually works out really well. A lot of cars actually end up using this, and it takes off stress from the main highways around the place too. So it actually worked out pretty damn well, I think. I wasn't originally going to do this, but it turned out to be a pretty damn good idea, because it just allows another connection to the city that sort of separates the traffic all from using one highway. Because I think that was one of our problems, is we had like one kind of major highway running through the city, and then, as I explained last episode, us sort of just plugging different points of the highway into each other with multiple intersections just was not gonna be sustainable for the long run. And it definitely wasn't. That's why we sort of gone back and tried to fix it up a little bit now, and it definitely flows a lot better now. Whether this will be, I mean, it probably won't be a permanent solution. I was going to say, whether this will be a permanent solution or not, I don't know. But I don't think it will be, because if we get more and more traffic throughout the city, it's just we're going to need some more connections here and there. But you know what? As always, we'll deal with that when we get to it. And right now, we've sort of fixed up the highway, just doing all the merging. Yeah, so right there, because they would merge across all 6 lanes, like in a vertical, like 90-degree turn. It was stupid. So I've gone through, manually made sure, I've told them where they're allowed to merge to and where they're not allowed to merge to. And it makes it flow a lot better than it would otherwise. But that's pretty much it for our time lapse. We're going to jump into some real-time gameplay for the rest of the episode now. So let's get to that. All right. So now that we've done all of that, which only took a million years, I also just did a little bit more after that time lapse too, over here, because this highway was a little bit too, it was like 6 lanes and just went down to 3. So I've kind of sort of staggered it. So it goes 6 down to 5, then 4, then 3 lanes. And it sort of like just gradually merges them together just so the traffic doesn't completely back up. Now, I also just spent about an hour. I've actually think I spent a bit more time than that trying to remove these roads from my game, the 2-lane highway and the national road, because since the mass transit update, the base game has it with the 2-way highway and the 2-way highway with the walls, and then also the 2-lane highway. So it comes in the base game now, in the vanilla game, which is great. But I was going around the city removing all the ones that we put in that we didn't need, and every time I disabled it, it turns out there was still another one somewhere in the city. I don't know where they are. If you know where, this is a call out to everyone watching. If you know where this road or this road is within the city that I haven't already, like, don't just say where you remember them being, because I've gone through and removed a lot of them. There used to be some, like this roundabout had some of them on. Actually, you know what? No, I changed that one. Wait, you know what? The other side. Wait, why is it? Oh my God, why is that road? What is that doing? Don't look at my embarrassing roads. I say maybe no, that's fine. See, those ones have changed. That's fine. Yeah, that's somewhere in this city. I don't know where. I've still got those roads. And the reason I'm trying to get rid of them is, yeah, because we don't need them. And I keep accidentally using them. And there's no point. Like, we might as well rely on the base game roads, right? Because it just makes more sense. So this roundabout over here used to use them. But I changed that. Yeah, so I was trying to remove them. So, yeah, if you've seen these two, they're wanted. The reward will be a thank you. So, yeah, if you can find those, let me know. I checked these ones, I think, as well. But I think they're fine. I don't know. If you notice them, just let me know. Right, so yeah, as I probably mentioned in the time-lapse, because I haven't recorded the audio for it yet, but this underground highway gets a huge amount of usage, and it's fantastic because it takes... Look, there's actually so many cars down there, which is great, because it means there's still people using this highway here, but not nearly as much, and it's not overflowing. And I think now less people use this connection, although some still do, but yeah, that's helped us out a lot. So let's jump over here to the area we were at last time. I think I want to fill in this space here before we move over. Now, so we've got the industrial area here. I think what we need to do is probably have some form, well, I was going to say some form of like separation, but not even, not really, because it just needs to be So I'm going to go along there, and I think this will even come down to the industrial area there. Like, we'll probably do offices or something here, just as like some sort of barrier between like suburban and all that. Now, do we connect up to this road here, or do we not? Probably not. Let's go to like there, and then we'll have a road coming through here. It's kind of close to that one, but that's all right. This is all low density anyway, so we shouldn't see too much traffic here at all. I don't think we do as it is. I think the most traffic is through this road here of people that live there. You know what? We might even be able to, now that we've built the new highway, it might actually be okay to... I was going to say, oh my god, I was really worried. I was like, did all my districts get deleted at some point? It might actually be okay to let traffic come through here. Like, I don't know. Maybe it might not be, but maybe it might be. So let's see. Policies. Let's remove the Old Town policy. We'll keep the heavy traffic ban, because ideally I still don't want huge trucks going through here. So yeah, we'll try that. Some people suggested doing like a sunken railway station down there, which I thought was a cool idea too, but the only problem with that is, I guess I'd need to get a railway station that is sunken but not underground, because like these, I downloaded these, we'll probably use them somewhere. Like these are cool. They're the sunken railway stations. I think we used either last city or the one before. But they're technically underground because it goes into a tunnel rather than staying open. Like if it was a trench the whole way along like that, that'd be way cooler. So I don't know if there's any railway stations like that on the workshop or... Okay, so putting underground. There we go. Or what, but I guess I'll keep an eye out for those because that'd be cool to have one here. We'll probably have to move that road, but that's fine. But I quite like that area now. It's nice. So back over this way. Let's just get some roads in this area. Let's fill it out because I think we could do... I think let's use... so we've got a one-way down. Maybe we should have a one-way up through here. Because currently it's a pathway. But we've got a one-way down there. So maybe this should be a one-way up. That would probably make sense. Just so then we can connect through there as well. And then this can come all the way down the back. Like so. There you go. Lovely. Lovely. Let me move that. I didn't... This always sits over the top of that and you can't see. Maybe I'll put it over here. I don't know. It's always a weird little box. This one, I don't know what to do with it. I don't even use it, to be honest. Wait, you know what? There's probably a way to hide that. No pillars. Let's see. Reset Dropbox. No. Panel always visible. It's not always visible. Reset on hiding. And that's why it always resets. Okay, well, you can't just hide it all the time. It's kind of annoying. So if I put it there, will it stay there at least? Okay, it does. So it's kind of out of the way. Good, because I'm not really using it. So we'll leave it up there. Now, so back here, it's going to be just some low-density housing. I wonder if we can get a... Do we want a road under there? Probably not. Do we keep those rocks here? Or do we want to... make sure we're on the ground as well. We are. Good. Might also just do a straight slope through here. Do I want to... That rock is okay. There's a lot of rocks through here. Also, that power line really has got to go because it's removing all the zoning. There's like a lot of rocks through here. I don't think we can do much with all those rocks there. Let's move this back. This really should be on the other side of the highway. Or really, I don't even know if it needs to be here because all this area connects through. Like from here, you can see this connects to there, to this, and then to that. And it's like we don't even need it really. So maybe we'll just get rid of it. It's just a vestibule of something that we no longer need. So I think we'll get rid of that. Now we have a random loop going around there, or whatever. Cool. So that'll do that. Now, as for... I also downloaded a bunch of new schools, like elementary schools, just to see what we had. I don't really know what these ones look like. This is like a tiny old school. What is it called? Oh, it's called... Well, first of all, it's called Advanced Elementary School, which I don't know why it's called that, because I saw in the workshop it's like Old Elementary School or something like that, or something. I don't know. 750 students, and I got like this really kind of like specialized, almost... I don't know, like just ornate kind of looking school, the building with all that kind of stuff on it. I don't know how to describe it. You'd think I would, but got some large, what is that, like German? Yeah, some German elementary school, I think it is. But yeah, I just downloaded a whole bunch of different ones. Elementary there, we got like this, I think these few here somewhere, Red Hawk, they all go like together in a set, which maybe we'll do that over here. Should we get on this? Yeah, on this little road that doesn't go anywhere. Let's go here. Then we've got the gymnasium, which I think, yeah, goes on this side. And then you get the kindergarten, which goes on this side. And then it all sort of joins together like that. And you get this like little school. Look at that. That's kind of cool, right? So we get 75 students there, 750 in the main school, and then 300 over there. And then we got like this little school area, which is kind of cool. I think what I might actually do is just flatten this area down. Maybe get some fields out the back or something. I know that we have another school just here. There it is. But this is kind of cool. Maybe people will come from far and wide just to experience this school. Okay. Now, let's have a look. So, what things do I want out the back? Well, I don't want all these tennis. I really just want like a field, to be honest. Okay, that's just all letters in there. Oh, you know what? We could write something up here. There we go. Sick as. That's sick. We'll have to, when we do this area, which we absolutely will, whatever we name it, we're totally going to write it in these signs. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's get rid of sick as, though. Oh, I could have kept it there, but whatever. All right, so back here. Let's back down to making no money again. Nice. All right, so we want we could get a youth. Wait, is it just like a field? What happened to all my fields? They're in here, aren't they? Yeah, somewhere. I don't want like a whole stadium. It's an elementary school. It should just have like a little, just like a baseball field. Probably all we want, or maybe like a soccer field. How big is this? If we can get this out the back, it takes up what's the depth of this? 8? I think it's maybe it's actually a bit more than 8. No, maybe it's like 9 tiles by the looks of it. Okay, so we want more than that. We want to go 1. Okay, road guides go away. So I think we want to go here, possibly. No. It needs to be way more. It needs to be like back here. I'm not sure exactly where though. Maybe about here. Let's try that. Okay. Right. So first of all, no. first of all, no. Wrong. Okay, not -4 meters. That's better. All right. So let's have a look. This fits. That's good. It gives a little bit of a gap between the school and this. Maybe if we put it over this side. It's like there. That's good. Then we get like a little pathway running through there, and then we can get out. I was thinking maybe the baseball. Oh, that fits really well. That actually fits really well. Although the annoying thing is the entrance is over this side, so maybe I should move that. Hang on. Oh no, there really needs to be a road there, so I can put it here. All right, we might be able to do that if I just get like a little pedestrian priority kind of road. So here is probably where I want it, right? Okay, just anarchy like that, and then we get this, and we move it to that point there. And then, actually, they can even get to the parking now too, which makes sense. I just want to continue that because there's like parking right there. I mean, actually, I don't even know how they would. No, you know what? That parking is quite unrealistic, and the reason for that is because, well, it's because it's part of the baseball field, not the. I want to get a road here though, because because it's going to be a pathway, but then it's like we might as well have cars driving through here, right? And can I get rid of that bit? Can I get rid of all that? So this will go here. I need to turn off snapping. There we go. And that can go there and then there. So then cars actually will be able to drive down there, whether they do or not. I don't know if that's actually snapped together. It didn't look like it was. There we go. I don't know if they will or not, but they can actually now drive down that way on Wilson Street. So then, yeah, that's kind of like the school area there is the idea. It's kind of cool. They should be able to walk onto that road. Public transport, though, is kind of far away. It's all down over this side, but, you know, it's something. I don't know what to do with this little spot. I guess we probably just want to get, like, a fence around it or something. Fence. Not a barbed wire prison fence. Just, like, maybe, like, a wooden fence. How big is this? It's got, like, longer... I think these are just longer versions, yeah. So, like, what is this? Bamboo fence. Okay, we don't want the bamboo fence. Could even do a iron fence or a fancy looking fence or some hedges. Bro, I'm kind of inclined to use the wooden fence, not the bamboo one, the wooden fence, and just have it running along the back wall here. Just there. Oh, cool. Yeah, you guys joined together real well. Maybe I should use a smaller version. It's a bit big. We'll use a small one. The problem is when you use the small ones, you just end up using more props, and the less props you use, the better, because then it's less laggy. But, what the... Why is it like that? Okay, I need to use an item that doesn't... well, the one that follows the terrain is the thing, like... Do these? Oh, yeah, these do. Okay, this is better. Okay, first of all... Oh, wait, what? What? As you're placing them, they follow the terrain, but as you like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that. I'll maybe fiddle with that later in my own time because it's gonna annoy the hell out of me if I try to do that now. Okay, let's grab out this road. It's gonna come on. This is gonna be a simple grid area, as you might have already seen that we're doing. Get it there. This one can come right on up. And then maybe we have right there, so that goes all the way through as it did before. And then actually I'll get a smaller road here. Actually no, we'll do one way. We'll go small one way to there, and we'll go up, and we'll get some stuff in there. That'd be really annoying with helicopters taking off from there, I'll tell you that much. Maybe I can move that a little bit. Put that over here. Does that overlap the roundabout too much, or is that... That's just fine. Okay, so that's a little bit further away, at least, from where we're going to have some houses, which I think will be here, and then maybe this can be commercial / industrial kind of thing. So I'm thinking on this side of the road, because we're going to use it to create barriers of sound, is the idea. So offices there. Why is there a small... I guess that's fine. I'm going to go 3 deep, though, because I don't want them to be too big. And then maybe we're going to get a little bit of commercial there. Now, let's have a look. Yeah, because I want to fill in this area, and then I want to move across the road to the hills, which I think is going to be kind of cool. So we want to make this a decent area. But, I mean, look, it's never going to be the best, because it's right next to that industrial, right next, you know, between a highway and 2 railways, mind you. It's not just next to 1 railway, there's one either side, so it's kind of like... It's interesting. Okay, so actually now looking at this, now we've opened up that road. We do have some cars coming through, but I don't think it's that bad. Like they're not, as you can see, yeah, this is fine. They're not using it to get to the highway. I mean, this one car is, but it's just to get on that bit and then to there, which is perfectly fine because it means all the other people are still using this highway as they should be. This little cut through is no longer a shortcut to get over here because everyone is using the actual underground highway, which by the way, if you click on it, you can see how far it does reach across the city. Like all the downtown area, all of this area over here as well. I mean, there's a few people here and there, but I guess if you click on this bit here, you get like where everything merges onto that one bit of highway. You can see it reaches like the entire city, like all over there or here. It's a pretty important highway, and it actually works really, really well. And then this one as well, I think is kind of good. Yeah, it reaches everywhere too. It's really nice. So like, it's not busy anymore. Like I think that's perfect. We've achieved perfect harmony, which is lovely. Especially because we've got a 4-way intersection here with trams and all that, and it seems to be fine. Like it's not blowing up. In terms of traffic in general, I think we're doing pretty good. We still have the usual hotspots, you know, the downtown area here. This is always not good. There's not a lot I can do about that unless we were to rework the entire downtown, which is not something that I want to do, or we just add in loads of tunnels. Because I mean, okay, well, first of all, if you look at the harbor, I guess, that's what I'm going to call it, we have a smattering of tunnels. So like this one, I guess we don't need that one anymore. That was the old subway tunnel that I stopped using because you know it has this weird stupid curve in it, and I rebuilt a better one here, which is much nicer. So that could actually go. But we have that there. We have a train tunnel that goes across, and then we have the highway. And if you actually, and this highway joins there as well. The merging underground, I can't imagine would be good. There's 2 3 lanes going into 1 3 lane, but I mean it seems to work, so I'm not too worried about that. So it's a bit of a spaghetti junction down there, but it's not too bad. Like really, it's not that bad. Like it's only a few tunnels, but I think the worst bit is like sort of the extent at which it slopes. But that's really hard to fix. Like we absolutely can fix it, but it's like it's just because it's underground. It's really difficult to work with because we could definitely do a straight slope. I'm going to guess all the way to there. And it probably would work. I guess the only thing that would get in the way would be that train tunnel, which I guess we also don't need because nobody ever uses that train. Like literally nobody uses that train because there's a subway that does exactly that now, and it's better. But in terms of traffic elsewhere, like just in general, all good. This little highway here is getting pretty busy. I think we might want to, it's not right now, but having a look at this, I think we have... Yeah, a lot of people are using it just to get to this area, rather because the initial purpose was to get to the industry area, but then you know that quickly changed as we built up the whole area. So it might even be an idea to get a separate industrial road and disallow trucks using this one because that would just lift a bunch of the trucks off of that road. Because I think there's a lot of cars. Like obviously some trucks are going to come down this way, but if we get through the hills, maybe even a tunnel. I'm surprised that this roundabout still holds up, to be honest. It's like the smallest roundabout. Like, it doesn't always work as you would imagine a roundabout should, because you might see cars stopping there, even though I've set it up as it should be. Like, it's got all the application things like give way and all that. Like, I've set it all, but it's just like sometimes because it's like that. Like, that's not how a roundabout should work. But it still seems to work, which is interesting. So I'm thinking maybe at some point getting another road there, which could probably be a good idea. But let's get some housing. Okay, so we've got offices there, which is a nice little barrier. Then I think housing back in this area. I'm thinking commercial along this top road as well, maybe. So if we get housing, let me just fill this in. Housing there. And maybe not all the way down the road there. Maybe stop about there just because it's getting right by the helicopters, which I imagine is going to be loud. Yeah. And also just the industrial. Yeah, actually, this whole block here is fine. Like, maybe not this one, but this block. It's a little bit louder, but it's not too bad. So I think maybe, you know what, I'll just zone all of this. It should be fine. I don't think in game terms that the helicopters actually produce noise, do they? I mean, I imagine they've got to produce some sort of noise, but... Oh yeah, they got a little ring around them, but it only goes to there. It would be so much louder than that, though. Okay, so get some houses through there. Commercial. Might get some... I'm going to get a house next to the school, though. Right there. Maybe one there, too. Could be like, I don't know, headmaster's house or something to live near the school. That's a cool little school. I like it, though. The edge of the soccer field is a little off, but that's fine. And then the other side of the road, it's just going to be houses. It's just a suburban area, so it's not too crazy. I'm only going to get houses that are 3 deep. Are people... How are they getting here? Because I can see them all walking up this way. Wondering if maybe we should have... Well, the thing is, I assume they can connect through there. Although maybe they can't. I don't know. Commercial. So we've got a bunch of commercial down over there. Yeah, there's not a lot. And then we've got the commercial district over there. I think maybe we can just turn this block here in the middle to commercial. That'll be a low-density commercial block. Maybe get some parking there as well, just for aesthetics. Ooh, we could get basketball around here somewhere too. Maybe here. A couple of basketball courts just opposite the school. So it's like kind of part of the school, but not really. And then we have... we want to get some parking. No, I don't want a garage. I just want flat parking, which I believe is in here. Yeah, oh, we got to use all these shipping containers at some point. We got to do some proper industrial area. Oh, this is nice. Get like a... Yeah, get a nice little suburban looking one. So we got a commercial there, maybe back here. Can we get, is there one that, like, somehow magically fits this area perfectly? That's, like, lovely? I don't think so, which kind of sucks. I want, like, a really nice grassy one that sort of fits between the basketball courts and, like, if we can get another one there, that'd be really good. Let me try moving these, hang on. There's got to be some sort of Tetris we can do here to make this work, right? There's got to be a way. So if we go here, and then obviously move it. You prick. Move it to there. Then move this to... there you go. That's what you want. Get a bunch of parking there, basketball court there. We'll only have one basketball court just because it fits a little bit better. So we have some parking there just across the road, which is perfect. Then we'll actually disable parking on that road, this road, that road. No. Okay, there we go. And that one there as well. Okay, both sides, please. Yeah, use the... We have a car park. Like, we have a place to park for a reason, right? Like, that's why we built them, you know? No parking there either. Or on that little bit. There you go. Just use this. There's some nice parking there. Oh, look. A little corner store. I mean, it should be probably on a corner, but I guess there it's fine too. Anyway, it's a nice little commercial center, which I think is going to be really, really helpful. Maybe some more offices would be useful, like through the middle here, because we got this whole little area that we could use. So I'm thinking maybe we go here. I guess I'll go like that and sort of up and around. Yeah, that should be alright. I didn't destroy too much zoning, which is good. A bit through there, and a bit through here. Offices either side, and then maybe we get some... No, actually, this was too loud for residential, wasn't it? I just don't want super large office buildings, that's all. So we'll get the only 2 deep ones there, and then maybe 3 deep here. Then I've left that room, so we can get like a little pathway coming through, which I think is good. Okay. No... Oh, well, we can have grid snapping, but no... Other snapping, please. Okay, there. Comes all the way through. Now, can I get this in there without destroying that zoning? Damn it! It takes up too much zoning. That's alright, though. Then we can get one here. Yeah, something like that. But you know what? I'll do it myself. To there. I don't know. Just joins to this road. That's all I wanted. Like that, I guess. Then this side is going to be... you go. So it sort of fills in that little the back area. A little, actually, you know what? No, that can be a little shop. Little shop right there. Nice. Little shop right there. Little shop there. Little shop there. So a bunch of little offices through there. So it's kind of like these you could imagine these being the offices for this industrial area, working out the logistics. Really wish we didn't have this same ugly building like a million times through here though. Like, ugh, that's not great. It's not great, but it's just what we have. I might want to change that at some point. Maybe I'll download some Rico industrial buildings because, like, for example, like for this, if I were to put this in, which is kind of cool, right? How many people would work in this? Because it might be better than. Maybe we'll do it on this. See, I like that building there. I don't want to get rid of that one. If we put it here, we'll get rid of some of the crappier buildings on this side. But does that fit? I need to move it a little bit. Hang on, let's remove the zoning. Up to that, no. To that point. Hopefully that'll keep that building. I like that building. I don't want to lose that one. So we go there. Then this should be able to fit in there. 90 workers. See, I think like regular buildings have barely anyone working in them, but these Rico ones tend to have a pretty good number of people. Put it there instead. Why is that still there? Oh, I guess it hasn't despawned yet. But that'll go there, because then we have a nice sort of larger, older looking factory that actually looks kind of nice, you know? Like this one over there, 32 workers. So I think by adding this in, I think we've probably even created more jobs than were there before, I'm going to guess. So with that, I'm okay. If there was a 2x2 zoning there, I would definitely put a 2x2 office in. But you know what? There might be... What is this guy? What is this guy anyway? Garages. Which could actually be good by this area, but it's way too big. I mean, maybe over here, opposite the... Wait, does it... It's probably going to make noise and all that, so it's probably not right next to the residential. We could do it over here somewhere. I just hate all of these exactly the same buildings. That's the annoying thing. Can I put it... See if I can put it sideways? I guess... Wait, how wide is this? It is... Let's have a look. Is there an easier way to count this? I think it's the exact same width as this. Whatever that is, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 wide. Okay. How much room do we have here? Because if that's 7... No, it's like nowhere near that. Is that? Damn it. It's a nice little building, but I don't think there's really anywhere we can put it. Well, I say nice little building. It's not a little building, but you know what I mean. So a nice building. Okay, we'll leave that for now. I guess the problem here is because it's all 2x2 zoning, so we get all this same thing constantly. And there's not much I can put there, unless maybe there's some like small offices somewhere that don't really look like offices. Community center, maybe. That's kind of cool, but that's like, again, that's going to be offices. Oh, you know what? That can fit in here. Oh, hell yeah, that's going to go right there. That's actually kind of cool. That needs 94 workers, and it's industrial too. That's cool. That like fits like perfectly where that road is. Hell yeah. Alright, so then you can also see it's like a little residential, but then it starts building up a little bit more as you get into the industrial area just over there, which is kind of good. And also it's kind of on the way to the city, so it makes sense that, you know, the suburbs kind of end there and it gets more built up as you go. Kind of cool. You know what? I like it, and I'm going to approve of it, and you can't do anything about it. Okay. So, what else? We want more residential, don't we? So probably through here. Get some small little houses there. I guess on the back, probably won't do commercial. I was going to do commercial back here, but I don't think I want to anymore, just because, well, we have a lot of commercial right there. Get some more commercial in this block maybe, but these ones are probably fine. Go 3 deep. I really wish you could... I mean, I think you can sort of... Like, we tried it before with the forced zoning, I think. Because I just want it to be 4 tiles this way, not random squished on the side tiles all over the place. I think I might just get some small little 2x2 offices there. What are you angry about? Did we just lose a game or something? That might have happened. Are people leaving? Yep, we just lost. I'm going to assume. Yep. That's why they're upset. They're like, no! All right, so we got this road at the back. I don't think I want to do anything more here. I mean, we could do like some parks or something, but in terms of more roads, I don't think we need any more roads there, because that's probably going to do fine. We might do like some pedestrian pathways, especially like bridging across to whatever we have over there later on. Could be good. Right, but in this little area, let's get some small shops. I hate these low density ones that become super high density. Like, it's not super high density, but it's like, you're low density. You're not supposed to be freaking skyscrapers, you prick. So I think if we leave them as 2x2s, they shouldn't get that big, right? That's the thing. That's the trick here you want. But then we have this huge area in the middle. That's fine. Green space is alright. Because this area is quite built up over here. We have 20 out of 90 workers in there. 74 out of 90 workers in there. Man, I guess because it's technically an office, so they need more educated workers, yeah. We've got 31 highly educated workers and 43 well-educated. Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to work in there. How about this guy? This guy's still struggling for workers over here. Need 25 educated. There's not enough people to work in poor old Costco. Costco just cannot survive. This one's fine, but it's got 35 over-educated workers. Jesus. That's insane. Yeah, the qualifications there are a little bit much. Alright, that seems to be coming along quite nicely though. We've got some more stuff going on there. What else do we need though? Execution. I think we need some stuff in here. I don't want to come up these two roads because they're going to be quite busy, especially this one and this one later on. Right now, this one's pretty dead, but as soon as we get an area over here, which I will do a lot of stuff over there to sort of coax people to get over that side as well, it will become more busy. So I think I'll have a road coming from the middle, like about here maybe. Sorry guys, your houses are going to be gone with the wind. You're going to get, oops, good old Reed Street. Reed and Wright Street. Good. Go there. Height's a little bit different, that's alright. Do I want to go further back? Probably that's fine. Because then you have the sort of continuation of the grid there. Maybe we get some bigger buildings back there, but I'm not really sure what it could be. Look at that community. Is there like a... I don't know, some other... Just, what about residential? Is there like some low-rise, high-density residential? No, there isn't. We've got no houses either. Oh yeah, I downloaded all the signs and stuff. Like they don't appear there, which is kind of weird, but they pop up when you place it. So that's good to know that I've got those. Electronic supermarket, any other cool stores? Ford car, we could do a car dealership maybe, but that should be on this road here. Yeah, let's do that. Right there, I'll move that road. Oh, whoops. There you go, car dealership. Got a little Ford cars out the front, lovely. Skylines Ford City. Nice. We can have some houses behind that. That's fine. You know what? I'll get a... what road do I want? One of these. Get one of these coming around the back. To there. I'm going to move this one a little bit, though, because I want it to join. Just to sort of border the Ford City. Then this road will obviously join to it. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of an angle there, but that's all right. You know what? I guess what we might do instead of having a little bit of an angle, we'll just have it... So that whole road is... Oh, no, there we go. Do that, and then we'll just come through here and join to that. So then it's no angle, and it just sort of joins up. Lovely! Alright, so this area back here, all houses. Let me just pause, because I want these ones to be 3. There's small houses there, and some small ones there. Okay. Alright, so that'll zone in. On this side, I don't want like a big commercial thing at the back of the, because then you have to go through the residential area. If it's like we just get a park back there, I think that'll be fine. I really need to. Legit is really hard to just find parks, like actual parks, and it's frustrating because they don't exist. I swear. Well, I don't want it right by the Ford dealership, so maybe I think just at the end of that road, so it's like you walk through and it's like, oh, there's a playground right there. That's nice, you know. Right there. Just right there, playground. I probably should have a pathway through here somewhere, because it's kind of annoying to get to if you're on the other side. So I might do a pathway there. And just get a crossing in there, so they can just get through. Easy does it. Any other pathways? I mean, there could be one there, but I'm not going to worry about that. No, the rest of it's probably fine. It's kind of nice over there. It's kind of good. I know that power line still doesn't go anywhere. It kind of sits there. Might just bring that back a little bit then. It's fine, I can go to that, because all the rest of that is connected anyway, so it's like, it doesn't really matter. And if we really wanted to, we could use these underground cables. Which I might just chuck a couple in there for insurance purposes. Just in case, maybe one there. I mean, you can't see them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There we go, so it's all just joined, and maybe one in there too. Oh, lovely! Just, should be joined forever. Maybe through here too. There you go, just join through that way. Good. Good. Oh, and we have a random power cable there, which I guess we can get rid of if we just do this. I'll just join all this area. Like, it's kind of dumb how close all this is, and it's just not joined for reasons that I don't quite know. Well, I do know. It's just the way the game works. All right, get rid of those. That's better. Don't need those power cables anymore. I quite like that area there. That's sort of like that grid. Because then you have like this sort of angled grid that goes into this just, I guess, non-angled grid. Got almost like a rhombus grid there, then just a rectangular grid there. And then these grids over here, I don't know, like it's good. And then this one's like all free-flowing suburb kind of area. Downtown is almost looking like Sydney in the way that the roads make no bloody sense and there's traffic everywhere, so that's good. So that's good too. Cool. Alrighty. Let's just, I guess down the end of this road we'll just have some more houses. We'll get some bigger ones back here though. I don't know what I want to put next to the Ford dealership though, because I feel like something should be there, but I don't know. Like it's a interesting place. Is there any like? Maybe I guess we could do a parking garage because maybe they're like they need somewhere to put the cars. No, that wouldn't, but it would usually be underneath or actually at the. No, that's way too big. We could do. Well, we're not gonna have a cinema there. No, that doesn't make any sense. Do some storage units, but it's kind of a weird spot for it though. Swimming pool thing. It needs to be some sort of like utility base thing. Maybe a taxi depot. We don't have many of those. Do we have any of those? We have them somewhere, I'm pretty sure. So I think we do have taxis in the city somewhere. I just don't know where. Because I've seen... No, it's a bus. I've definitely seen... I don't know. You know what? Let's get a taxi depot over here. Because I don't know that we do have one. I swear we do, but I'm not sure. Look at that there. I don't know, because it just looks like a building that sort of fits into the area a little bit. I think if we go to our like transportation, it says citizens 1 per week, so we possibly have a taxi somewhere, but I don't think we do. I think this is actually the first time. Anyway, so they're rolling on out. I guess I assume if we increase the budget for taxis, we'll spawn more of them. 32. Okay, cool. So we got 32 taxis coming out of there. There they go, all over the city. 32 taxis for the whole city. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of taxis, but that should help us out too. Cool. Alright, so they'll spawn there and make their way around, and this seems to be flowing quite nicely. Someone's died over there at Mitre 10, which is kind of upsetting. Poor Mitre 10. These things happen though, you know, can't deal with it. I think that's probably good. We obviously need to do a little bit of work there. But we're probably moving onto this sort of residential, or just nice little hilly area. It's mostly going to be residential, probably a little bit of commercial, but it's going to be very, very hilly. We'll get some, we got to get like, because we have an observatory over there, but I think we need to get another one over here. I don't want to remove that one because that's our historic one, but maybe I'll see if I can download one. Because this is a pretty good spot. It's a pretty good, we'll have to build like some sort of lookout point. Ooh, that's all I have to do. Because this is a pretty good spot to look out. I got to be honest, like you can see everything. Although that Firewatch tower is definitely higher up. Maybe we'll have to do something up here too. Is this our highest peak in the city? Well, I mean, I guess over here is actually. I'll have to do something up here. Oh, this is a lookout point. The problem is it's not really in the middle of the city, but I guess you can see everything though. It needs to be more about here. Yeah, there you go. It's a good city view. Although that's taller over there. Hell, we're just like looking at all the tall mountains. Hello, this is a lookout point. Although it's just further away. Although you get a good view of the downtown though, so there is that. And if I turn on the level of detail, see, I've got a mod that like allows you to make nearby assets a little higher detailed, which is fine over here, and you can see like it doesn't ruin my frame rate. But check this out. If we go if we go to the city and do it, okay, so we go here, and then if I enable that mod, look at like the boat frame rate and all that, and the monorails. It's like really good for taking screenshots though. Really good because it makes it look so much better. Like if you look here, but the train station and the field or the stadium, like you get all the details coming straight back with the mod. I can't remember what it's called, like level of detail something. I don't know. It's like, do you want to set your computer on fire mod or something? I don't know. But it's nice for screenshot purpose. Oh god, yeah. Look at this one here. Look at that. I just noticed that. Look at the casino. It makes it look so much better. But yeah, you can't play with it, which is that's not gonna happen. All right, I guess that's enough rambling. So next time, working on this area here, possibly a lookout, observatory, that kind of stuff should be pretty cool. If you did notice where these roads might be, not that one, that's actually, wait, no, that is one. Or that one or this one, let me know, because I haven't found all of them yet. They're somewhere in the city. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, let me know. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.